All right, Hard City, welcome back to the channel. Today is an exciting day. We are going to get rid of the stock pipe on this motorcycle and go ahead and put the Akrapovic, or Akrapovic, whatever, however it's said. I just call it Akra. So Akra carbon fiber slip-on is going on this bad boy. It's gonna look sick, it's gonna sound sick. I had already taken out the baffle. All right, so that's just gonna be a 4 mil under that rubber garment. You can do it on the bike if you'd like. I know I like loud bikes, I know I like fast bikes. I already taken it out, and here's what that looks like there. So that's the DB killer. If you want that in, leave it and take it out after. Just beware that there is a chance you can drop that screw in there and drop it in, then you'll have to take the exhaust back off and wiggle it around. Not a big deal, but you can do that. So the Akra exhaust, why did I go with this? First of all, the fit and finish, amazing, second to none. It's absolutely amazing. This is not your cheap Amazon pipe that you got. Stop it. I see a ton of videos about the Ninja400 with cheap exhaust. I get this is a budget, like more of a cheaper bike, but that doesn't mean go ahead and put cheap parts on it. This is an amazing machine that deserves better, in my opinion. This is a bike I'm gonna keep for forever. It's gonna be set up for a track bike at some point, and I want good parts, good quality parts on here. I'm not gonna get cheap parts. If that's your thing, go for it, but not me. We like good stuff here at the channel, and that's what we're gonna do. So the Akra exhaust, it's just amazing. The Leo Vince, it didn't do it for me. You know, there's little dinky pipes. I looked at the Hindle, I looked at the M4, I looked at them all. Now we're still going to get the header pipe, but I waited for that. That's another $300 or more for the header and the straight pipe. So we're gonna be doing that in about a month. So keep out for that video. But for now, just the slip-on. And for me, the carbon fiber, when I get the rest of the bike looked down, y'all will understand why carbon fiber, or crabs on fire, however you want to say it. It's gonna look sick, dudes. So, like I said, the fit and finish on this pipe, absolutely amazing. Akrapovic, let's just say Akra, shall we? Akra has just they've been doing this for a while now. I'm not sure how long, but the welds on this, the fit and finish is gonna be amazing. It's gonna look sick. Super, super excited. So it comes with all the things you need to install this. You got your stuff here, bunch of directions, materials to read about, legal statures and all that if you want to get into it. Here are some tools you're going to need. A T-handle Allen set, all right, metric. Everything on this bike going to be metric. If you don't have that, one of these will work. Get yourself a 12 millimeter. That's 13, but a 13 millimeter wrench, a 12 millimeter. I got a gear wrench on this one. At the very least, an adjustable. All right, probably not gonna need the adjustable, but these two. Some sockets, basic sockets. I have 8 through 17, that should do the trick. And then the only two exotic type tools you'll need, if you don't have, you won't be able to do this job without these. This is a T45 and a T40 torque. All right, you're gonna need those. Now, I'm not gonna be torquing down this. I don't have a torque wrench. So, if you have one, fine. There are torque specs in here for the bolts on the Akra. If you wanna do that, I've been torquing on bolts my whole life. I know where the torque's gonna be. A couple other things you're gonna need, possibly some wire cutters for the spring or some really nice needle nose. These are from Nipex, these are the best. And obviously some thread locker. Well, I'll show you where you put that when we're getting into it, but that's pretty much it for tools. Let's go ahead and take the stock exhaust off. I'll show you guys how to do that. Another thing you may need also before we get into it, some shop towels and WD-40, that's up there. And I'll show you guys the reasoning for that when we get into it. So let's move the camera angle and let's dive into this. If you wanna work on your bike, if you have a Ninja400 and you wanna work on your Ninja400, all metric, everything metric on this bike. All right, we're gonna go with this guy first. Yep, and that is a 4 mil Love those new bikes, man, because they're super, super easy. Let me show you what I'm taking off here. Wish I had a cameraman, no? All right, so we got this guy here, and don't lose any of this stuff, you know? You never know when you wanna screwdriver, or you can use probably, looks like an 8 mil or something, but loosen that up. This should just come right out of here. All right. And now what I like to do with my bolt so I don't lose anything is just go ahead and put that back in there, finger tight, so it's not lost. You know, keep all your factory stuff. I do believe there's gonna be no reason for this anymore, but hose clamps are good to keep around, so you can go ahead and keep this from Revzilla. So we're just gonna twist this guy off. Shouldn't be a huge deal. And then we have our guy up here on the hanger. That's gonna be a 10 mil. That is it. Put that nut back on there so we don't lose it. And this should just slip right off. All right, that's it. You really feel the difference. This thing weighs like nothing, 3 pounds. This is closer to 10. All right, this is super, super heavy. So that's a plus. All right, so we're ready to install the Acra exhaust. And first thing, you got your spacer here, so you're gonna put that on. And the reason why you're doing that is because the diameter of your pipe here is a lot bigger, and it's gonna be meant for the Acra full system. So once you get that, you don't use that, and you can see that diameter is gonna be much bigger. So you're gonna put that over that, but first we're going to put this little clamp on. And this is for your spring. So your spring that goes from here to this deal to keep it nice and tight. I'm actually gonna go ahead and put that on right there. I put a little bit of thread locker on the end of that bolt. I'm not gonna tighten that fully up just yet. What size is that? That's another 3 mil. I'm not gonna tighten that up fully just yet. I'm just gonna snug it so I'm able to move it around. Again, if these aren't going in nice and easy, stop what you're doing because you're gonna cross thread it. All right, so now this is where you're gonna need your torque. I believe this is T45. Yes, it is. So T45. Put that like this. Now we have a little bit of residue, like tape or something on there. So spend decent money on these exhausts. You know, you want the best finish out of it. So take your time, do it right. A little bit of an alcohol pad. If you don't have that, hot soap and water will work. All right, so there's that. We'll go ahead and slip this boy on there. Oh, that looks sick. That looks so sick. Actually, we got this backwards, so let's do this. Now this is a edge here that's got nice countersinking, so it fits right in there. Really, really nice. Like I said, I didn't tighten this up yet, so I could put the spring on, and that'll move nicely. All right, now we'll go ahead and put our strap on after, which we got to take this nut off and we'll also put thread locker on that. All right. So we are gonna go ahead and tighten that up. Make sure I'm all lined up there. Looks good. There are torque specs available for this. I'm not gonna do all that. Like I said, pretty confident. Now, you don't crank down on this, guys. Don't over torque this. Like I said, there are torque specs available. All right, if you're worried about how tight, you don't wanna really crank down on this too much. You don't want the exhaust to move, so make sure you get it pretty tight in the position you want. But I'm not gonna really over tighten it until I know I have it in the exact position I want, and then I'll tighten it. Let's go ahead and take this nut off. It's gonna be a 4 or 5 mil for this one. Nope, 4 mil. We're gonna put a little bit of thread locker on that guy too, just in case. Doesn't hurt to do that. Like I said, really the only one you don't need to do that on is going to be the hanger bolt on that. And with this thing, you want to be careful. You don't want to just drag it across your brand new carbon fiber muffler here. So kind of spread that open. And we can put that on. And that just goes down in there like that, right there. So that's gonna hold that tight. All right, by the way, these Nicky Boys Toys pants come in handy for when you're doing shop work as well, because they have the CE rated armor, and they're just nice when you don't have a bike stand that's up in the air. So really nice to have those. All right, so last bolt here, we got our hanger bolt. You're gonna use your washer. This is the T40. That's gonna go in right here in the back. No need for thread locker on this boy, because it's got this locking nut, so you're gonna be okay there. Change up our T40. Yep, and probably the back of that looks like maybe a 12. Nope, that's the 13. Now there are torque specs for this in the directions. It's not a lot, so if you're worried about that, go ahead and check that out. I'm not overly concerned with it. Just fine there. Just give it one more. That's good. All right, next we are going to go ahead and put this spring on. So the spring's gonna just go to here to here. Take our needle nose and do that. Pretty simple. Acra symbol up. Now we're gonna go ahead and tighten that one down there. That's gonna be your, what was that, a 3 or a 4? I forget. 3 mil. Let's get that nice and straight though. Gonna try to hold that straight at the bottom there so it's not crooked. Oops. You don't have to over tighten this too much, then you'll just damage your pipe. Bang. Last but not least, our T40. Actually, no, I'm sorry, that's the 45. This is the one you be careful with. You don't want to over tighten this because you can damage things here. It's a nice seal, and that looks good, and that's it, guys. All right, so we got all the tools cleaned up. Before I go ahead and start the bike, or before you do that, do yourself a favor, get yourself a shop towel and some WD-40 and spend a minute or two cleaning up the exhaust and the muffler, the pipe, anything you touched. Before you start the bike, do that. Just spray a little bit on there and wipe it off, because you got your greasy paw prints all over it, and once this thing gets hot, you're just gonna burn those paw prints right into your exhaust, and you're gonna be really, really upset. You spend good money on this like I did, so you're gonna want the best possible outcome you can. It doesn't look dirty, but look at that, all over the rag. So just spend a minute, doesn't have to be nothing crazy, and just wipe it down. Before you start the bike, it's very important that you do this, because you're gonna get a fingerprint in there and you're gonna be super, super pissed. And that's why also I wear gloves. Also, I don't like my hands getting dirty. I've been a mechanic for a very, very long time. My whole life, pretty much, essentially 15 years or more. So, you know, I just don't like dirt on my hands. Some of you guys may not mind that. I do. So, spend a few minutes and clean that up. We'll go ahead and start the bike. Give you a cold start. We're not gonna rev it here. People are sleeping, it's a little early in the morning. I'm not gonna do that, that's super rude. So what I'm gonna do is just start the bike on a cold start, get suited up, take a quick ride out, let it warm up, and then we'll do the revving, and then I'll show you guys the comparison, stock note to this one. With the baffle in, it's gonna be a noticeable sound difference. I already took the baffle out, like I said. You know, if that's something you're interested in watching, go ahead to STG where he shows you both sounds. It is a notable difference. Supposedly there is a mild horsepower change when you have the full system and you leave the baffle in, you get more horsepower, so that's something to consider. But anyways, I'll go ahead and start the bike now for you guys, and we will go for a ride and see how she sounds. And then once I get it warmed up, you guys will hear how she sounds. All right, let's see how she sounds. Oh yeah, that's a noticeable difference. All right guys, so there she is. Looks amazing, sounds amazing. We'll get into that in a second, but let me show you guys the comparison. Here is with the stock exhaust. And now I'll show you without it. Badass. amazing. Sounds fucking badass. It's way easier to ride it now because you can hear it. It's so easy to rev match when you're downshifting, upshift. It's just awesome. It sounds amazing. It's got a crackle, a pop. Oh man, it sounds really nice. I love it. If you guys are out there in the market for buying a pair of really, really good motorcycle gloves, these are from Raven Moto. I have a discount code, Hard City, all caps, 10% off. Use that code. These are absolutely sick. They are so, so nice. I mean, I can't even believe how nice these fit. They're just really, really comfortable. They got the sliders in them, premium leather, legit. All right, here's what it sounds like in the garage. All right, guys, so as you can see, the bike is coming along quite nicely. I mean, this thing just looks amazing. I'm due to do another review on it soon, but man, the Acra exhaust is top notch. Like, I didn't think it was gonna sound that good. I was expecting it to sound, you know, decent, but man, it crackles and pops when you let off the throttle. It winds up at them high RPMs. It sounds really, really, really good. It looks amazing. I mean, I honestly don't think you can get a better looking exhaust. I don't think, not for this KRT version. Maybe the other ones, the Leo Vinces, may look better, but for my bike and what I'm trying to go for, the goals that I want, which it's all up to you. It's all up to your goals, what you want out of your motorcycle, your creation, your thing. What you do is your thing. This is my thing, and I think it looks awesome. I'm really happy with it. I love this little bit of yellow, it just kind of throws it off. The red that matches it, the carbon fiber, Storm loves it. And man, it sounds so, so good. I can't even really explain how good it sounds. And I really do feel like you get more work, like a little pep from it, either from the weight drop or because it's letting out more air. Obviously, like the diameter of this thing, you know, the stock exhaust is like this. So it's awesome. I love it. And yeah, so if you're gonna get this exhaust, this is the how-to video, and yeah, I recommend it, man. If you have a KRT Ninja, I wouldn't look any farther than get the Acra. Oh, hi baby. Hi baby. Sorry mama. 1 second, puppy, we're going. Okay. So, guys, make sure you follow the links in the description. Those are for you. Like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I will see you in the next one. I love you all. Peace. Ride safe.